Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how I achieved this makeup look using a full face of MAC Cosmetics. In this video, I will be using some old MAC favorites as well as some new and new to me products. I placed an Ulta Beauty order for the MAC Stack Elevated Mascara. I also purchased, something I'm really excited about, one of the new Powder Kiss lipsticks in the shade Be My Bridesmaid. I have seen so many influencers testing this color, promoting this color, and it just looks so beautiful. So I'm excited to try that. I don't know how new this concealer is. I think it's pretty new. It's the Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Concealer. And then I purchased another shade of the MAC Lip Glass Air. I purchased it in the clear. I used to think that all clear lip glosses were the same, but then I finally came to the realization that they're not. The formula does matter. And I really, really love the Lip Glass Air formula because it really does feel light as air on your lips. It's not thick, it's not goopy, and it does not travel outside my lip lines like some lip glosses do. So I'm going to zoom you in and we'll get started. I'm going to begin by applying the Hyper Real Serumizer. This is described as a serum and moisturizer hybrid that visibly reduces dark spots and the appearance of pores, hydrates, retexturizes, and strengthens the skin barrier for a petal smooth, even canvas with lit from within radiance. While I let that sink in for a few minutes, I am going to apply the 24-Hour Extended Eye Base. I haven't used this in a while, and I'm not really sure why. If I remember correctly, I thought it worked pretty well. Why do I feel like there's such a shadow underneath my neck? I'm going to alter the lighting a little bit. Okay, I think that's better. Because I'm sort of turned to the right, my lighting was a little off. So what was I saying? Oh yes, I am fairly certain that I thought this product worked well, but I most likely moved on from it because I do like to, well, let's just say I tend to reach more for eyeshadow primers that have a tint to them that will be like a 2-in-1. So they'll act as an eyeshadow primer, but they will also neutralize the discoloration on my lid. That said, you could always just apply a little concealer to your lid on top of the primer, or if your lids aren't that oily, you can just use a concealer as your eyeshadow primer. Okay, I haven't decided if I want to do my eyes first or my complexion first. Lately, I have been doing my eyes first, but I kind of want to do complexion first today. Okay, we're gonna go complexion. So the Serumizer does feel a little tacky on the skin. Some people really like a tacky product under their makeup. I tend to not. I tend to reach for more of a silicone-based product because I have larger pores and oily skin, but this is supposed to help with pores and shine. So I also have this Matte Fine Shine Control primer that I kind of want to put in the T-zone. So this could go really well underneath the foundation, or it could go really poorly. I do like how this instantly diminished the look of my pores. Yeah, I'm really just keeping it right in the T-zone. Okay, we are primed and ready to go. For foundation, I am using a former Holy Grail foundation of mine. I say former because they did reformulate this product about a year and a half ago. I think this summer will be 2 years since they reformulated. And I actually uploaded a video about the time the Studio Fix was reformulated and said that I was one of the few who actually liked the reformulation. But since then, so many other foundations have launched that I just find myself reaching for more than this one. But when I looked and saw that it was about a year ago that I last posted a MAC video and I knew that I wanted to do an updated one, I started using these products again for a few days. Well, not the brand new ones, but the ones that I already had in my collection. And I found myself really liking the way my makeup looked. And you're gonna see right now why that is. I do like that the new formulation has this easy to open and lock pump. With the original Studio Fix fluid, you did have to purchase a separate pump. So the shade I am using is C4. You will see momentarily that it is a really good match for my skin tone. I do recommend going to a MAC counter and getting color matched because their shade system is a little confusing. Always has been. I always take the foundation up on my ear. Oh, I forgot I had an earring in. Oops. So look at that coverage. This foundation is very spreadable. It offers medium, buildable to full. So if you are someone who only likes a sheer tint, then I would not recommend this foundation. It's also probably not the best option from MAC for someone with dry skin. So I would probably recommend, I think it's called Studio Radiance, if your skin is more dry, or perhaps you want to look into the Face and Body Foundation. So here's half of my face done with the Studio Fix fluid in C4. Foundation, no foundation. I still have enough to do most of the other side. No, not enough. I gotta use another pump. Something I have been doing a lot recently is taking my Stands Out Beauty Sponge when I'm done applying my foundation and just going over everything to pick up any excess foundation. And I find that this is truly game-changing. It really makes the foundation look a lot smoother. All right, I have never tried this Studio Radiance concealer before. It says that it is luminous, lifting. I purchased NC17 based on the descriptions on the Ulta Beauty website. I did not go in and test the shade, so hopefully it's correct. This is the packaging. Or if it's not correct, hopefully I can make it work. It has an interesting looking doe foot applicator. I'm going to start with a dot here, and a dot here. Using a BK Beauty A506, blending out. It's a little yellow for me, but a little bit goes a long way. It's not super full coverage. Actually, I don't even know what you would call this. It's barely medium. Or maybe my perception is a little skewed because I've been using the new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Concealer, and that is full coverage. So it's just going from one extreme to the other. It's not that this doesn't have any coverage, and it is luminous. It's just not what I'm used to wearing lately. I feel like it's a little creasy under the eye. Maybe I used too much, so I'm just going to take my finger and pat it out. The warmth from your fingers really helps to mesh product into your skin. I'm going to use a little bit less on this side. Then again, my dark circles are less on this side anyway. Bringing a little bit over the lids. My lids got irritated yesterday from something. Normally they get irritated from eyeshadows that have red dye in them, like a burgundy shade or a purple shade, but I didn't use anything like that yesterday, so I was kind of surprised. I think my skin is just getting more sensitive as I age. Okay, now I'm going to take my Stands Out sponge again, just using the corner, kind of doing the same thing I did on my face and just pressing off or picking up any excess. Now I'm going to set with powder. This is the Pro Set and Blur Weightless Loose Powder. I'm using translucent. I also have the shade medium, but it's definitely too dark for the times that I am not self-tanned, which is right now. So I am using the translucent. It is very, very light, as I think you can see. And I'm just dusting over my T-zone. I don't know if you just heard it, but that was a very loud motorcycle outside. I like this powder, but it's honestly not my favorite for smoothing and blurring. Personally, I would recommend the kimchi powder. I mean, this is fine. It's just, I don't know, I feel like it could do a better job of blurring. For under my eyes though, I do like to use the Mineralize Skin Finish in Light. I am going to take a fluffy brush. This one is, I think this is one of the new Tati brushes. Details by Tati, yes. It says right here, Details by Tati. It is the EX5. And I'm just using that underneath my eyes to brighten. I'm also using it on my lids. All right, I am looking pale, so we're gonna add some bronziness with the Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. And this brush is from Saie Beauty. It does not have a number on it. Of course, if I can find it online, which I should be able to, I will link it for you. I honestly don't have any MAC brushes anymore. I used to, but now I mostly have Rephr, BK Beauty, Makeup by Ariel, Morphe Makeup by Ariel brushes. Yeah, I would say those 3 brands are my top brush brands. This one I think I got in a PR package. So I'm just gonna bronze up my face before we move on to eyes. If you think that Give Me Sun is a little too warm toned for you, try purchasing one of the Mineralized Skin Finish powders. I mean, of course, MAC does have bronzers as well, but I've always just been a bigger fan of the Mineralized Skin Finish in a medium dark, or this one is deepest dark, actually. I don't know, I just feel like they're smoother on the skin, so I'm just kind of showing you the dark skin finish. See how it just gives a really nice sun-kissed look? And then you always want to bring bronzer down your neck, a little over your ears. Now I'm going to do my first spray of setting spray, and I'm using the Fix Plus Stay Over Alcohol-Free Setting Spray. And now I'm moving on to brows. I would use this MAC brow pencil. It is called Pro Brow Definer, and I have it in Lingering, but it's just not very good. If you look at the reviews on Ulta Beauty, you will see that people don't love it. And I am one of those people that don't love it. It's just, I don't know why they changed their old formula. Their old brow pencils were just fine. I like them a lot. But now the tip breaks very, very easily. Oh, actually, I don't even have much left in this, so I must have used it. I mean, I do like to use the products. Even if I don't love them, I still like to use them up. I'm not big on returning things, but yeah, I'm not going to use this because I don't recommend it. I am going to use a brow gel from MAC, which is really, really good. But first, I'm going to fill in my brows with a different brand's pencil. Everything else in this video is MAC, except for this one product from Rare Beauty. I didn't notice that my camera cut out when I was doing my brows, but that's fine, not a big deal. If you've seen any of my other tutorials, you've seen me do my brows. It's nothing groundbreaking. Now I'm going to use the Pro Locked Brow Gel. This is actually really, really good. As you can see by the kind of discolored gel in there, I do use it a lot. It's got this little spatula on the end that makes it super easy to just brush up those brow hairs and lock them into place. So I brush up, and then after a few minutes, I'll flip the applicator around and just kind of laminate them down. I'm just gonna do a pretty simple eye look today. I made myself a quad of some of my favorite shades. I thought I wrote down each shade name before I put them into this palette, but I can't find that anywhere. But what I will do before I edit this video is pop them back out, get the names, and put them on the screen. But I'm starting with this shade right here, which I think is Wedge. And I did make sure that all of the shades were still available. MAC does have a tendency to discontinue a lot of eyeshadows, and I will forever enjoy MAC eyeshadows. I don't always purchase them, or should I say I don't purchase them often or recommend them that much anymore, simply because I think there are more affordable options that are just as good. If you watch my videos regularly or even semi-regularly, you probably know that I sing the praises of the new Morphe eyeshadow palettes a lot. I think they are excellent quality, especially for the price. A lot of their palettes do resemble MAC palettes to me. So I'm just taking this wedge, or this light kind of neutral, slightly warm taupe through my crease. And then I'm going to, oh, by the way, this is a BK Beauty A503. And now I'm using a rougher 15, going into a slightly darker shade. This one might be Saddle. I could be wrong though. And I'm putting that on the outer corners and then lightly through my crease as well. I do have hooded eyes, so I always like to do my eyeshadow with my eyes open. And then I also like to wing my shadow out towards my temples for some lift. So outer corner, out towards the temples and up. Now I'm taking this shade right here, which I know is Honey Lust, and I'm just using my finger, picking up the shadow and placing that on my lid. I love this color, and I really haven't found a good dupe for it. It's like a foiled, peachy, light gold. Does that make sense? Did that make sense? I don't know. And I got a little bit into my tear duct, but I don't mind. And I also don't mind if it goes over a little bit of that darkness on the outer corner, because we're going to touch it up anyway. Look at that shade. It's so pretty. This is why I usually do my eyes first, because I like to just clean up any mistakes without messing up my concealer. Yeah, this color is just so beautiful. All right, now I'm going to go back in with that deeper shade. Touch up the corners. And now, using a BK Beauty angled eyeliner brush, I am going to go into the dark brown and just line my upper lash lines, getting as close to the root of the lashes as possible. And then I'm making a slight wing on the outer corner. Actually, that somehow turned into more of a wing than I anticipated, but it happens sometimes. I'm just going to take a little concealer and a flat synthetic brush and clean up the outer edges. All right, now I want to put a little bit of something along the lower lash lines. So I'm going to take this rougher brush 06 and go into a combination of the two shades that I used in my crease and run that along my lower lash lines. Then I'm also going to take that dark brown that I used and just put that on the very outer corners. Blend it into the wing. Now it's time to curl my lashes and try out that mascara. I purchased it in black, and it has a very interesting looking wand. So I'm going with the arch facing up. It's kind of like an S shape. Oh, well, that's nice. I'm getting a lot of length, a lot of length. It's not a very wet mascara, but it's not super dry either. Oh, it's very wispy. I do need more though. I'm getting length and separation. Huh. MAC mascaras do not normally impress me. And of course I did buy some false lashes because I couldn't help myself. Oh, wow. I am really impressed by the length this is giving. This is going to go in one of those products that surprised me videos. A little clumpiness on the ends, but nothing a little comb couldn't fix. Look at that. Is it my imagination or is this really good? I'm going to do a little wiggle. A wiggle and brush through. Okay, this might be my new favorite mascara. I'm going to put a little on the bottom. All right, time for blush. If you're new to my channel, I always put on, if I have false lashes to apply, I always put them on at the end so that you can see the finished look without the falsies. For blush, I purchased a new shade of the Extra Dimension blush. I really like these blushes a lot. They're glowy without emphasizing a lot of texture. And I was looking specifically for sort of a rose gold shade. And I looked at a lot of swatches and I finally came across this one called Hushed Tone. It is not easy to find in stores. I was only able to order it online through Ulta. It was not in any of the Ulta stores. I also could not find it at any of my MAC stores locally. So yeah, I did have to buy it online. Let's see how it looks. I am using a Rephr 04. And this is kind of like a blush. This formula is kind of like a blush and highlight in one. You can see how it has a little glow to it. I might still add a highlighter just because why not? Yeah, this is exactly the shade I was looking for. Kind of like a bronzer, a blush bronzer duo. Okay, that is pretty, but I'm still going to add a little highlight. And I'm going to use an oldie but a goodie. This highlight never fails me. It is soft and gentle. Also in the Mineralized Skin Finish formula. I'm just going to use a fan brush. This one is from Delium Tools. I think I got this on Amazon. Just gonna dust on a little bit. Look at that, so pretty. A little bit underneath the brow. A little bit on my nose. All right, it is now time for my favorite part, lips. I think it was about 1.5 years ago, maybe less, maybe longer, I'm not sure. MAC came out with the glossy lip liners called Lip Glazers. And I cannot tell you how much I love the shade Whirlin'. If you are someone who likes to wear lip gloss, a glossy lip liner is something you should definitely try. And this shade is just really perfect. I will admit that these are not as long wearing as traditional lip liners, but I was actually surprised how long it did last on my lips. These glide on so easily. I do like to slightly fill in my lips with the pencil. And now I'm super excited to try this Powder Kiss lipstick. Everyone keeps raving not only about this formula, but this specific color. I think I said it at the beginning, but I'll say it again. It's called Be My Bridesmaid. So pretty. Oh yeah. It feels like I'm not applying anything. This might be the most lightweight feeling lipstick I've ever put on my lips. And I think it matches perfectly with the lip liner. Love. Now I'm going to apply the Lip Gloss Air on top. And so that I don't get any of the color into this clear lip gloss, I am going to just put some on the back of my hand, scoop it out, and then apply it with my finger. This too feels like nothing on the lips. Okay, I think we're done. I'm going to pop on these lashes. They are the style Supermodel. I'm not going to use the full lash. I'm actually just going to use about 4 clusters. I'm going to come back and show you that finished look, as well as take you through my thoughts on the new products that I tried today. Okay, so this is the completed look, and now I want to go over each product individually, give it a yay or a nay. Beginning with all the primers, the Serumizer. This definitely had some stickiness to it. Jury is out on whether or not I will continue to use it. I'm going to wait and see how this holds up throughout the day. The foundation did go over it very nicely. If you are used to using some sort of gripping skincare or primer underneath your makeup, you may really like this. Obviously, I can't speak to the skincare benefits over time, but I promise I will update you. The Matte Fine 12-Hour Shine Control. I did like how it instantly blurred my pores. I have had this product for a while now, and I have used it off and on several times. And I think the reason why I don't reach for it very often or speak about it a lot in my videos is simply because there are other primers, probably drugstore primers that I've spoken about, that I feel are just as good, if not better, at controlling shine. And I will put some of those in the description box. The eyeshadow primer is excellent. And if you don't care whether your eyeshadow primer has a tint to it or not, this is a good one to try for sure, especially if your lids are extremely oily. The Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. I really like it, but as I mentioned in the demo, if you are used to very light coverage or you are looking for something that's more hydrating or glowy, this is not the foundation from MAC that you should be using. Now, as far as the concealer goes, this Studio Radiance, I like the way my under eyes look right now. Will I reach for it over the new Charlotte Tilbury that I've been using and loving? I don't know. If you have very dry under eyes and you don't need a lot of coverage, I would definitely consider giving this a try. It does have really good reviews, and from what I can see, the shade selection is pretty good. I've already spoken about the powder, the Studio Fix powder. There are better out there for shine control and blurring. I do, however, really like all of the mineralized skin finishes. I used the Give Me Sun, I used the Darkest Deep, I used Soft and Gentle for highlight, I used the shade Light for underneath my eyes. I will always and forever be recommending the mineralized skin finish powders. I also really, really like the blush. The shade is so good. The eyeshadow quad I created, I can see myself grabbing this whenever I travel. It's such an easy look. That shade Honey Lust, if you only choose one eyeshadow or one product from this video, if any, Honey Lust would be one of my recommendations if you like a shimmer, because it is so, so beautiful. And the lip combo, I love it all. The liner, the lipstick, the gloss, as I mentioned during the demo, everything is so lightweight and just feels really, really good on your lips. My lips feel hydrated. They look pretty. The shine is there, but it's not too much, in my opinion. And the mascara. This was my biggest surprise in this video. The MAC Stack Elevated. I remember purchasing the MAC Stack mascara. There were two versions and not really loving either. But this one, as of now, I would recommend. And then I did do, off camera, I forgot to record it, another spritz of the Fix Plus Stay Over alcohol-free setting spray. My goodness, there are so many great alcohol-free setting sprays out there right now. I just think you should choose one based on your skin type. If you have oily skin, I love the Danessa Myricks Blurring Setting Spray. If you have drier skin, this Saie Beauty City Set would be another one I would recommend, probably over the MAC. Actually, definitely over the MAC. Hourglass Veil Setting Spray is nice. The Makeup by Mario Setting Spray is nice if you have drier skin. So I think that covers everything. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, everything, including the shade names, will be listed and linked down below in the description box. If you are on your mobile phone, you will have to tap Show More. I will also have everything tagged through YouTube Shopping, if available. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can also find me over on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. My username is the same on every social media platform. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.